So here we head on to UK3, so Germany 3. He bought 5 artillery, 5 infantry. That's a heavy artillery buy and a tank. Personally, 11 units I'd rather see. I'm sure that could have been 12 or 13, just infantry, artillery. But, it's his call. It's what he wants to go with, so we're rolling with it. He did attack Egypt. Took Egypt cleanly. He had some pretty good attacks, actually. West Russia, he did a strafe where he hit with a infantry, 2 tanks. I got 1 hit back, but he got 2 hits, took out the AA and the infantry, and retreated his tanks. Ukraine, he took without loss. Northwest Europe, he took without loss. So he had pretty decent trades this turn. Uh, but position-wise, he's got his fighters up here in Belarusia, which means C-Zone 8 is a freebie. So U.S. is going to have a freebie in France this turn. Um, and technically 15 is not, because he could go 3 and then land in one of these, but I do got at least 4 going into there, and he's only got 4 shots, and so I'm comfortable with that. So we do still have the battleship sitting here. We couldn't really do that 4 and let the battleship live, because that could lead to an overload, if you will. So I do think we're going to need to go ahead and take care of the battleship this turn, which we do have 1, 2, 3 US fighters and a bomber in range to take care of that, as well as 2 UK fighters and a bomber. So we will take care of it. The big thing is we have nothing else in South Africa. We do have our transport here. We do have artillery tank here, and we got reinforcements that the transport can go grab, pick up. I've got fighters and bombers that can hit here, and we can take care of the Egypt stacked. I do need to remember I want to get some reinforcements to him coming from the UK, having 4 infantry, artillery, bomber, and fighter that can reach there. So I do have this tanks that can blitz over there, and I'm going to support it with a couple fighters in there as well. So that's the plan. And hopefully that works. So, money-wise, I was able to buy 7 infantry, 3 for here, 4 for here for my 2 boats, and I had just enough left over for yet another bomber, so that's why I didn't go with any artilleries. We're going to buy the rich stuff and buy the bomber. I'm getting to play a little bit of a different game than what I normally play. That will mark my 3rd UK bomber early on in UK3, so I'm kind of excited about that. This isn't in my typical game, so we get to play something a little different. I will say, this whole ranked and the timing and everything, while playing a solos tournament and a duos tournament, playing some tough opponents, is a bit stressful, and I am making mistakes, and I am certainly not playing my best game, including I forgot to move my destroyer block into here. So, thankfully we got a decent West Justice stack, but he still does have a 17% chance on it. Very frustrating if he takes it. I also gives him the opportunity to come down in here, although I'd be able to kill if he went down there. I guess the only potential redeeming factor here is I do have infantry, tank, fighter to clean up whatever he kills. But if he follows up with transports going up to Alaska, that means I'm going to have to divert forces this way to be trading back and forth, and that's not what I really want to do. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot. We do have my infantry tank. I might just have to move them. I was going to move them over here to tend to this guy, but just to make me feel better, I might go ahead and move another one of those down into West USA. 17% on West USA just makes me a little nervous. It's decent odds for me, but it's just not one that you really want to lose, right? Let's see. So if we did that, we'd have, 7 units in there? 6, 7 if we moved one of them in versus his 2, the battleship and the fighter. I'd feel much better, I think. about that. I mean, I should feel okay with the 4-1. Maybe I'm just being. I'm going back. Yeah, no, I mean 4-1's not bad. I think I had in my mind he had 2 fighters here, but he's only got 1 fighter there. So all he's got is 3 in the battleship he can attack with, and I've got 6 units sitting here. That's got to be. That's much lesser than I thought. I'm okay with it. We can keep our UK going. Like I said, me rushing and mental math not working the greatest at the moment. But I think I had 2 fighters in my mind there. Alright, well then, with that all said and done, let's move on. So, got 2 and 1, so get that other transport in there. The UI struggles, the UI struggles. There we go. One, two, three, four. So you can still make it over. I think I'm only going to use one of these fighters because I want to keep 1 fighter back here. I mean, I've got 3 boats and a destroyer. I got 4 boats, but he's got 4 fighters hitting at 3. Again, I'm probably playing a little conservative, but I'm just going to be okay with that, I think. I mean, he's only moving 1 at a turn. In worst case scenario, if things don't go well, I can always bring a transport down here and bring a U.S. unit down here, and so he's not really going to get very far, even if I can't wipe that out. Hopefully I do just wipe it out, though. But we're going to save that fighter to come up here, I think, with the tank and 1 other fighter. Hey! Guess there's a reason I took 2 fighters. So they could both miss. At least they didn't miss all 4. And we got the take, so that's all that really matters. There we go. Cruiser remains futile, but does not matter. Alright, let's save all our offense for this one here. Press on. Get those hits. Press on. Finish him off. Finish him. There we go. So I did look at this for a little bit, and I thought about, go ahead and stacking Karelia and West Russia, especially with the 2 build coming into Karelia. And thinking maybe I could also stack Kaza as well, but then I started thinking I'm just being too greedy. I'm just being too greedy, and we're just gonna play it safe. We're gonna come back to West Russia. We'll let them trade Karelia. I mean, we should still have West Russia dead zoned. Um, so, you know, I just had to talk myself into being not so greedy. Ta-da, ta-da. I'm just checking. Yeah, we should be safe bringing the bomber on into there. Keep him down here. We're gonna go get. I was thinking about pulling my carrier out, but you know he's got 2 fighters and a bomber that can come here. But this transport's done with what it needs to do. And if he brought the bomber, let's see, bomber here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only place it can land is right here, which is just gonna get crushed. So he doesn't really want to take his bomber there, right? So then he's just got 2 fighters versus a fighter carrier. So maybe my transport can live a little bit longer. And pull that artillery right on back over here. That'll be fun if it does. So we're gonna leave him alone. What's this sub gonna do? Not much, right? We'll pull him on back here. You know, maybe we can get a carrier sub, something crazy going on in India. I decided I'm going to be safe with, I'm going to be comfortable with the 6 units there. All right. I almost want to go ahead and drop another bomber over here, right? We've got protection we could bring. He's only got the 1 transport, but 2 bombers sure would make DEI sacrificing that for DEI next time a lot easier. Let's do it, because we're not going to be able to stay there much longer, right? Not even calculating now what that means as... Oh, whoops. Two bombers will at least make him think a little bit with a sub and a carry and a fighter. And a 3rd bomber right up in here. He's going to have to be careful. We'll go with it. There we go.